What's up everyone, Reggie from ReggieTECH here. I hope you're all doing well and thanks for tuning into the channel. In today's video we're going to be unboxing, testing out, and reviewing the TackLife Model A6 tire inflator. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Alrighty you guys, so here's how the box comes, and one thing that I love about TackLife and how they package their items is that they always shrink wrap their boxes. I mean, that just gives you the added assurance that you are getting a brand new and untampered with product. So I absolutely do love that. But let's get this shrink wrap off. The only thing that's on here is the product's barcode and SKU. So let's go ahead and rip off this. And once that shrink wrapping is off, we can see the box here. It says TackLife right up at the top, automobile accessories, tire inflator, and the model is A6. Then it gives you a nice little image of the inflator itself, as well as the accessories that it comes with. On the side of the box, it says the future of tools. On the top, just says TackLife. On the other side, it says thanks for choosing TackLife. And then on the back of the box is where we get, just the company's information, their website, their Facebook, their email address, and then some other things right there. So let's go ahead and take this out of the box so that we can see how it looks. Alrighty, once we take the little bag out of the box, we do get some silica gel packets. Nice to see that they included that in there. And it's always nice to see that you get a nice carrying case for an item when you purchase it, especially an item like this that has multiple parts to it. So I do appreciate that. This looks like a very nice heavy-duty carrying bag. It says TackLife right up here at the top. Has a nice little carrying handle right there. And that's pretty much it. It has a zipper that you can unzip, and once you unzip it, you can see a user manual. That's the first thing that we see here. And in the user manual, let's go ahead and open up this little baggie. In the user manual, it'll give us all the information about this product, all the specifications, the best practices on using it, and that is in a bunch of different languages. So once you flip through the book, you can find a few different languages there. There's also a little card there that says TackLife, thanks for supporting TackLife. And it's just a warranty card. So once you open it up, you see all your warranty information and you can put in all your product details right there. Next, we do have a little baggie that is holding the inflator itself. We could take off that baggie. And another nice thing that I've got to say about TackLife is the amount of detail that they go into when packaging their items. I mean, look at this. It's just a plastic baggie, but they went that extra mile and put their logo on that. I just think it's a really nice touch. And here is the tire inflator. So right on the front we have TackLife in orange. It's a nice kind of black look to it, has some glossy bits, has some matte finish bits here. We do see here that it has a button for the light, because this does have a lighting system built right into the tire inflator, which is nice, in the event of an emergency and you need to refill your tire or your car breaks down, you can always put this outside so that people know that you're in a situation and know to avoid getting close to you while you're on the road trying to fix whatever you have to fix. And then as we move to the back of the device, we get the bulk of the product information right here on the sticker. And on the back, it looks like we do get one extra fuse, which is nice to have because in the event the fuse blows, we have an extra one to put right in. We do get a couple different nozzles. So we do have one nozzle here. We have another one here. And finally, we have the final nozzle attachment right here. So these are just the different attachments that you would use to inflate the various types of items that you would be inflating, like a basketball or a balloon or a mattress, things like that. Next up, it does have this nice rubbery kind of orange, I guess this is like a holder here. It's actually really nice. It has a nice elasticity to it, and I guess you could just hold it around like this if you take it out of the bag. So that's a nice touch. Up on the top, we do have all the controls here. So it does have the 12 volt DC and USB 5 volt ports. So if we open that up, we do have one of those cigarette ports right there, like what the car has, as well as a USB port right there. We have a nice screen right here, and then we have all the button controls, the power, the plus and minus, depending on how much PSI you want to pump into your vehicle or into a specific item. And then we have a 0 button here. I'm guessing that that means to clear out the control. Now, we do also have this really nice hose, and it's a pretty nice and decent length to the hose. We'll be taking a closer look at that once we get outside and start to test this thing out and inflate different items. And on the bottom, all we have is these 2 nice feet, and I like how they put these feet actually. It's not just dots around the entire side, it's 2 flat pieces on each end of the product, and they have a nice texture to them. Looks like they will grip the floor pretty well. And then we have this compartment here where it stores the cable. And once again, we're going to be taking a look at the length of this cable once we get this product outside and we're able to test it out. But just by pulling this out right now, I mean, this cable looks extremely long. So you guys, I think that that is about it for the unboxing of this product. Let's go ahead and get this thing outside and we'll start to test it. So we're obviously outside right now, and I have my bicycle in front of me and my car behind me. And right now we're going to be testing out the TackLife A6 Tire Inflator. Now for this one, we will need to give this power, and to do that, all we need to do is just remove the bottom cover and pull out the wiring from inside of it. And then we'll just turn the car to the on position. It's not going to be engine on, but it's going to be 3 clicks to the electronics on position. And we're just going to plug it in and give it power. Alrighty. And for the purposes of this review, I have gone ahead and deflated my bike's front tire just so that we can see, well, how fast and how effective it is at inflating a tire. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is just to take out this hose. And this inflator does have a really nice hose length, and all we need to do is just unscrew the stem cap, and then we're just going to screw this top piece on. And once that's screwed in all the way, we're just going to adjust the settings here to set the PSI that we want to pump this tire at. This tire is able to be pumped up to between 40 and 65 PSI. I typically pump it to 60 PSI just because that's where I'm comfortable at riding it at. So that's where we're going to pump it up to right now. So once we have the designated PSI set on the little screen here, we can just click the power button. just like that, we have fully pumped up this tire to the designated PSI levels that we wanted it. Now, it is 1 PSI higher than 60, but it's just give or take a little bit. It's not that really big of a deal. And I'm pretty sure the air pressure just has to settle, and once it does, we can, oh, just like that. There we go. It has gone down to 60.5 PSI, and this does have a 0.5 minus or plus difference range. But that is the perfect tire pressure right there. And alright, so next up we're going to be testing this out on the car tire, and I have deflated my car tire a little bit just for the purposes of this review, so let's go ahead and get that started. And as you guys can see, this thing has the perfect cord length even for a SUV like what I have right here in front of me. Once that is in, we're going to just adjust the tire pressure. And we want it at 35. And I think I'm actually just going to stop this right now because this has not stopped hissing since screwing it on to the stem of the tire. And the PSI was going nowhere. So I guess that pretty much says it all. I mean, let's see what the PSI on this tire is right now using my little tire pressure gauge right here. And we're gonna just check it out. I had deflated it to 30 PSI previously. And it's now at 24 PSI. So this thing definitely cannot cannot inflate a car tire. I think this is definitely a fail on TackLife's part. And the biggest point of failure is this screw-on valve rather than having a quick release valve for the end of the hose here. And I think that's just the biggest failure point right there. But that's pretty much it for that. Alright you guys, so seeing as how the TackLife inflator did not work out for the car tire, I just wanted to double check and see what the tire pressure was on the bike tire, as I can already tell this thing probably doesn't even work correctly. So I just checked the tire pressure and I reset my little tire pressure monitor right here. This is a really good digital tire pressure monitor gauge, and let's see, I'm going to turn it on right now. It's at 0, and we're going to test the tire pressure. And there we are. It's only at 45.8 psi, basically 46 psi. And on the TackLife inflator, it said that it had reached the 60 psi limit that I had set it to. But obviously that is not true in any case. So this TackLife A6 tire inflator is definitely a huge disappointment. Alright, you guys, so what can I say? I mean, I am personally a fan of TackLife products. I think they make some really great tools, like, you know, their drills are really great, their stud finders are really great, but for some reason their air compressors, their tire inflators, they kind of fall short. Maybe it was just this one, maybe it wasn't, I'm not really sure, but there's a couple things that I do like about the product. I mean, it comes in a nice bag, it has some nice accessories, and you can hold the accessories right on the product itself. That's pretty nice. It has a nice length for the hose, and it has a nice length for that power cable. But when it comes to doing its job and doing what it was made to do, it definitely falls extremely short. It does not perform as advertised or as a tire inflator or air compressor should. You know, it has a screen on here. The screen isn't an LCD screen. It's, you know, it's very dark, it's very dim. You can still see the numbers though. It's not a huge issue. You know, that's something that I wouldn't complain about really. It's just how the product is. But when it comes down to, you know, reading the pressure from a tire or from something that you're inflating, it does not give you an accurate reading. And, you know, while pumping, it's going to automatically stop and tell you that it's at that specific PSI or that specific pressure, and it's really not. Another thing that I really don't like about this product is the little valve over here to affix it to the tire stem. I really just don't know why they thought of putting a screw on rather than one of those quick release, you know, like you see in a normal pump. I just don't, it's not practical. It's just really not practical at all whatsoever. I mean, even if this thing were to work properly, as you're unscrewing this from the stem of the tire, so much PSI is going to be lost. I mean, just because of the time it takes to unscrew this. On top of that, you know, for some reason, I mean, well, we saw the bike tire. It went on perfectly fine on the bike tire, and it pumped it up, you know, to what it said was 60 psi. But then when we went over to the car tire, I screwed it in all the way to where there was no way that I could spin this anymore on the tire stem, and you still heard the hissing coming out from this. It was just releasing so much air. And, you know, I did try it out. I said, you know, maybe it'll inflate, it'll work, you know, but unfortunately it did not. The only thing that happened was the tire lost more air than it originally had in it. So I would definitely say, you know, stay away from this. It's not worth the money. I mean, I got this on an Amazon Prime sale or whatever, those flash sales that they have, but it's just not worth it. I would say definitely look elsewhere. I mean, I'm going to be doing a couple other tire inflator reviews, so check those out and you guys will definitely make your decision on what's a good tire inflator to buy for your vehicle or for, you know, anything that you're looking to inflate. But this is definitely not the way to go, and it's sad. You know, I like TackLife products, as I said before. But with all that being said, you guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, you know, go ahead and smash that like button down below and hit that notifications bell if you want to be notified whenever I upload any new videos. If you guys like this type of content and want to see more content just like it, go ahead and consider subscribing to my channel. And if you guys, well, actually, you know, I was just going to say if you guys want to check this out, go ahead and check the description box to see the link. I'll still post it there so that you guys can take a look at it yourselves, but I would definitely say just stay away from it. And if you guys have any questions or comments, go ahead and drop them down in that comment section below, and I'll be quick to answer them. With all that being said, everyone, I hope you all stay well, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you next time.